This is my journey from noob to pro in the amazing world of fish. Yo, it's Boopy! In this video I am continuing my progression in our favorite game. And today we are moving on to our next major goal, getting the Pinion's area. This road is extremely important because it will give me access to some of the absolute giants of the road world, the ones that are basically part of the endgame. As you already know, most of these roads require insanely high levels, somewhere around level 1000, so making new episodes now takes a lot more time than I did before. So please, if you are enjoying the series, support the video with a like and subscribe to the channel. That way I will know you guys actually want to see more of my fish progression. And huge thank you to everyone who has been supporting me and sticking around. This episode is going to be a really interesting one, so I want to keep you waiting any longer. Enjoy the video. I started my adventure by buying a few things for Merlin, like lure speed and XP boost. All of this should help improve my fishing and make the grind a little easier. While I was there, something else caught my attention: the mystical mirror. From what I understand, it allows you to get a teleport point anywhere on the map and return whenever you want. Sounds extremely useful, so let's see what we need to make one. First I got the Merlin's whale effect and dove into the water near Sunstone Island, which brought me to a completely new location. Here I needed to complete the bestiary by fishing up most of the required items, while a few others had to be obtained through puzzles. I stopped at the minecart by switching the tracks with a lever and grabbed the cut game from its side. Then I bought a spear and dug through several piles until I found a raw geode. After placing the required items on the pedestals, I received the shard of time. Next, to create Merlin stuff, which I need for the mirror, I had to fish up a few more items. One of them was an anomalous lock, so I enchanted my training rod with the required achievement and started fishing. Unfortunately, because my luck was boosted so much, I just couldn't get the stupid lock to bite. So after trying for a while, I decided to pull the wall mirror idea on hold and come back to it later. After that, I headed over to Fish Fest. I really wanted to buy the ice cream rod, because once the event ends, there won't be another chance to get it. And honestly, it just looks funny. You can also get the tiki rod here, but that one takes much longer, because you can only throw driftwood in fire once per day. So I pulled out my lemonade serenade and started farming sunshells. With all the mutations this rod can apply, getting enough currency was actually really easy. And just like that, we bought the ice cream rod. Honestly, it looks pretty funny. The stats aren't anything special, but I wasn't really buying it for the stats anyway. And look, the ice cream is even visible while you are fishing. That's actually kind of adorable. Next, I decided to tame the silly seal, because I'm going to need this pet later in my progression. So I traveled back to the northern expedition, where the little guys are everywhere. To tame one, I needed to fish it a rare fish, and after giving it what is wanted, success. Another pet added to the collection. After that, I wanted to see how well my lemonade serenade could handle something actually powerful. So I traveled to Atlantis to hunt the giant Kraken. I equipped a truffle worm as a bait, and after a few bites, the real fight finally began. And somehow I actually managed to catch it. We even get this really cool animation after defeating it. Then I descended into Bellana's Frenzy of War. I wanted to see what this place was hiding, so I immediately started working on the local bestiary and catching every fish I could find. Eventually, a special event started, which gave me the chance to catch a few more rare species as well. There are also a bunch of various statues scattered around the area, and you can interact with some of them. One wanted me to get 5 perfect catches in a row during the local event, another wanted me to collect all the swords, and the third one, honestly, I didn't completely understand what he wanted. I think he needs some kind of helmet. If you guys know exactly how this works, Correct me in the comments. From what I understood, I needed to complete the entire bestiary to unlock the path to the next area. Unfortunately, there was one final problem, the Legionnaire Lamprey, and this thing was absolutely insane. It throws swords and arrows at you, moves around like crazy, and no matter how many times I tried, I just couldn't catch it. Apparently, my rods simply weren't strong enough yet. More specifically, I was missing an upgrade for my Lemonade Serenade that I wouldn't learn about until later. So I remembered this annoying little monster for the future and decided to leave the area for now. We will definitely be coming back. After that, I did a lot of fishing. And I mean a lot of fishing. I really needed to get my level higher. I even unlocked No Life Rod, which basically looks like a giant mechanical key. Its stats are actually pretty decent, but the rods I already have are better, so this one is staying in the collection for now. And if anyone's wondering where I'm farming XP, I have been fishing in Carrot Cave, a small hiding area inside the cliffs of Mushroom Swamp. Then the admin abuse started, because a new update was about to drop, and obviously I had to be there, because these events are one of the best opportunities to catch tons of rare and expensive fish. I even managed to catch a few seriously powerful ones, since my Lemonade Serenade was handling them surprisingly well. Between the smaller events, I kept upgrading the rod, and eventually it evolved. Now it generates twice as many lemon drops, which lets me catch fish much faster than before. On top of that, after some more grinding, I completed its second quest and unlocked the lime version. Honestly, it looks pretty cool. I really like the green color. After all the special fish events were over, the golden sale started, which means I could sell everything I caught for several times the normal price. Of course, I took full advantage of that, boosted my balance once again, and finally started preparing for my main goal, Pinion's area. By the way, this update added a ton of new content, so if you guys want me to make a separate video covering everything that was added, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely make one. The first thing I needed to do was wait for a strange whirlpool to appear, so I could enter the depths. The quest line for this rod is hidden inside an area that was still locked for me, and to open it, I needed to catch a chaotic relic. Naturally, I enchanted my King's Rod with chaotic and started hunting for one. I specifically chose this rod. It doesn't have any additional modifiers that could interfere by applying other mutations. So I started fishing, and one of my subscribers joined me to help catch the relic. After a while, second subscriber showed up and actually gave me the exact relic I needed. So let me say a huge thank you for help. You guys are amazing. I placed the relic onto the required pedestal, which unlocked a basement inside the crystal cave. Going downstairs brought me into some kind of underground karaoke bar, where a girl was performing on stage, and apparently she is the one who's going to help us get the rod we have been looking for. Her first quest was to catch a musical fish and bring it to her. I caught a DJ octopus and came back. Then she asked me to play it. After clicking on the octopus a bunch of times, I received a brand new special glider. Then I had to use an castaway cliffs. So I headed over there and climbed all the way to the top. And this part was absolutely torture. First of all, I couldn't figure out how this stupid glider actually worked. So I kept falling down and having to climb all the way back up again. And secondly, whenever I finally managed to launch it correctly, I would build up an insane amount of speed and get rolled across the map like a missile. After way too many attempts, thought I finally figured it out. Here is the attempt that actually worked. Once I landed on the cloud, my next objective was to catch the heavenly harmonic dough. And then I discovered something wonderful. To catch it, I needed a specific fishing rod that was sold all the way back at the Northern Expedition. At the moment, I genuinely lost it. So, back to the Northern Expedition we go. I climbed the entire mountain again and finally bought the stupid rod. But of course, that wasn't enough. I also needed to enchant it with long, otherwise the fishing line wouldn't reach all the way from cloud to the ground. So I enchanted it, returned to Castaway Cliffs, climbed the mountain again, flew back onto the cloud again, and finally starting fishing. Thankfully, this part went pretty quickly. Before long, the heavenly harmonic dove was finally mine. I returned to my new friend at the karaoke bar, gave her that she needed, and finally received the Pinion's aria. But apparently, we still weren't done. Before I could properly enchant the rod the way I wanted, I had to remove its restriction by getting 42 perfect catches inside the crystal cave. Honestly, thought I actually had a pretty good time doing this part. Catching musical notes with this rod feels really unique and satisfying. The only other rod that gave me a similar experience was the Lemonade Serenade. After that, the NPC gave me one final challenge: catch one of several exotic fish. The easiest option for me was the Megalodon, so I sailed over to its spawning area and used a totem to summon it. Catching the thing definitely wasn't easy, but after a solid fight, I finally managed to pull it in. I returned to the NPC, handed over the Megalodon, and finally completed her entire questline. As an additional reward, I also received this amazing lantern. I absolutely love how it floats around and follows me like a prepared little companion. And now that everything was finally unlocked, it was time to enchant my new rod. I went with Clever and Wise, which should me squeeze as much XP as possible out of every fish I catch with it. And that's all for today's episode. In next one, I want to go after another powerful and much harder to obtain fishing rod. You guys can try to guess which one I'm talking about in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It only takes a second for you, but it really helps me out. The Discord server is almost ready as well, and I will be really happy to see you guys there. Thank you all so much for watching. It has been Boopy. See you for next time. Take care, everyone.